There's an old adage that says actions speak louder than words. And we know that's an important one because sometimes talk is cheap, but it's what people do often that not only matters, but makes a difference. This particular senior, we all know pretty clearly on the outside. Absolutely dedicated athlete. By the end of this year, will have 11 seasons at Line Academy under her belt. She's one who is a consummate team player, responsible. She shows up. Now, she also has a lot of stick to it. Stubborn, some might even say. And there's also a bit of a quirky side that comes out. You might not know, but she's obsessed with, so you think you can dance? Or perhaps even Twilight as well. But to me, when I think about both sides of this coin, what I see is a young woman who is a leader, who is thoughtful, who grows and who changes, and most importantly, who shows up. Erin Wilson.
Okay, so this is it, my senior year, the beginning of the end of my high school career, the beginning of the end of the chapter of my life, where I'm safe under the umbrella of my parents and secure within the walls of their home. And Dad, as much as I have considered taking up on your offer of living in your basement for the rest of my life, I know that I have to get used to the idea that this is going to be a year of many lasts. If there is one thing I've learned about myself in the past several years, is that I don't ever want to leave anything behind. One of my greatest fears is of hitting those checkpoints where there is no going back once the moment has passed. I must confess that I obsessed a lot about the last of things when I was younger too. In 3rd grade, I knew I was transferring to a new school the next year. On the last day of school, I was playing on the field when lunch bell rang and all the kids started running back to class. As I approached the boundary line that separated the field from the blacktop, I slowed to a walk and then stopped, thinking to myself, these will be the last steps I ever take on this field. Dramatically, I counted down the 10 steps I had left before I hurried back to class. It seemed like a big deal to me. Another time when I was a few years older, I made plans with a friend to go to the movies. It was a monumental trip for me because it was the day before my 12th birthday, the last day I could ever buy a child's ticket. Okay, I still bought his tickets after that, but you get the point. I was not about to let that day pass without acknowledging him. I realize that these two events are rather insignificant in my life, but they do demonstrate that even from an early age, I had quite an obsessive preoccupation with any transition from the now to the never will be again. Fast forwarding to the present, I think the reason I've been able to sanely endure these last few years is because I've been banking on the fact that I will have at least one more. At the very least, I will have one more chance, one more opportunity to accomplish one thing or experience another. But now here I am, with the hourglass nearly out of sand. All of my nows hovering precariously on the brink of never agains. I've already had my last first day of high school. It scares me to think that within the next 9 months, I will have my last spirit week, my last mini course, my last special assembly, lunch in the circle, and home games against university. I will step onto the court, into the gym, and onto the field for the very last time, competing in the red and black jersey of Marine Academy. It is like my life is hurtling me forward through time while I frantically try to grasp onto the last strands of my passing adolescence. The good news is that there is still time, for all of us. For some there's more, for others like me, a lot less. Whichever your situation, take advantage of that time you have, because, to quote a favorite song of mine, being grown up isn't half as fun as growing up. These are the best days of our lives. Thank you. To all of my friends and family, it's been great being on your teams, in your classes, and or sharing your DNA. Thank you for putting up with my weirdness. Some of you know more than others, who you are, I appreciate it. To all of my coaches and teachers, thank you for sharing with me your love and passion for your area of expertise. You are all truly interesting people, and it has been a great privilege to learn from you. To Josh Bachstein, thank you for always being honest with me and believing in me, usually more than I believe in myself. Anyone who knows me is an extremely lucky person. And if you don't accept me as a friend on Facebook once I'm out of college, I will find you. To Mira, thank you for letting me talk your study guides and not getting too mad at me when I torment you on April Fool's Day. You are one of the strongest people I know, and your friendship means the world to me. I love you. To Danielle, even though you have excommunicated my iPod and never watched Star Wars 5 or 6, you have always been there for me whenever I need you. Thank you for sticking with me through all of my obsessive phases, and there isn't anyone else in the world I want standing next to me in every single picture of my life. I love you. To my little sister, Bryn, thank you for getting the spiders out of the shower for me. I wish I could be as brave as you, because then I'll probably have a much more interesting life. You inspire me in more ways than you could ever know. I love you. To Mom, thank you for taking a picture of every second of my life, for letting me read you Twilight, and for bringing me ice water before everyone in my games. I'll forever be indebted to you for all the favors you do for me, so I promise that when I'm rich and famous, I will get you your little red convertible. I'm so lucky to have a mom who is supportive and generous and loving as you. I love you. To Dad, thank you for being so easy to talk to, even about uncomfortable subjects, and for pushing me to do the right thing even when it seems hard. You sacrificed so much for me and the whole family, and I've always told myself that when I get married, if I could find someone even close to the quality of person you are, I'll be the luckiest person in the world behind Mom. I love you. And to the class of 2010,